Hello everyone, just a moment. I forgot to put myself into solo streaming. Alright, there we go. Now I'm there. Hello. There's my pretty face. Well, my pretty animated face. And yes, I have Eorzea of old snacks, even though I'm not playing 14. But I made that recently and I decided to also wanted to show it off. Anyway, hello, welcome. We are starting Slay the Princess. I would have done this in October, but I was super broke and I couldn't buy the game. But I've been interested in it for quite a while now. For those who may not be in the know, this is a hand-drawn visual novel horror branching paths. What's the other word? I know there was another part to it, but it's all voiced, or it's at least the main characters are voiced. Your character is not voiced, but I will be obviously reading off. And it is dating sim. That was the other thing. It's technically a dating sim. So we're in for a ride, to say the least. And I am super excited to be playing this. I will get back to Yakuza after, because this is going to be shorter, quote unquote, on the end of like it is only supposed to be, at least for the main story, a few hours, and then a few hours after that it's the branching paths and whatnot. So first time, we're just gonna play through it and see what ending we get to, if we get to any ending at all. And yeah, I'll go ahead and get going. Ooh, creepy stuff. It is horror. There is some level of body horror involved, so be aware of that if that kind of stuff squicks you. There is a thing of, there was a thing of. I wonder if I should put the. I said it's horror. Okay. So there is a thing of trigger warnings at the beginning of the thing. I do know that like body horror and other such stuff. Why did I want to say nonsense? I don't know. I apologize. But yeah, there's definitely going to be disturbing things in this. So if you are not into that or you're not okay with that, I understand completely. But that is my jam, so I'm gonna go. Just a moment, hang on a second. There's a bug on my wall. Alright, let's get started. And if anyone is watching and has issues with the volume, let me know, please.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh my god, that's so cool. That moves. That is so cool. Nope, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Huh? I mean, there's a lot of options here to start with. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some kind of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution! Silently continue to the cabin, turn around, and leave. Oh, of course I'm starting this. You know, I'm just gonna go from the top and we'll work our way down, I guess.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Have you maybe considered that maybe or sorry, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's like, okay, that's, so they gave me, look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. If she's bad as she say, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do, blah, blah, blah. What if I just leave? What if I just immediately start off with leaving? Yeah. I mean, screw the narrative. Double check, make sure everything's okay. Okay, yeah, we're fine. What a fine. Okay, you know what? Narrator dude. You're not giving me a reason why, though. Let me see if I get one more chance to ask a question. Okay, here we go. If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it.
What happens if she gets out, then? I want specifics.
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature, and when they do, everything will come crashing down.
Do you have
Look,
any evidence
you're
to back
already
this
on
up?
the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Hi, V. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Screw the narrative.
Seriously?
I'm leaving.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No, I don't. Fine. Okay, fine. You're persistent. I'll go. Kevin, slay the princess. Ugh. Lie. I definitely know where I'm going. Ooh, I like that one. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish it coming to a new dawn beyond our own. Gotta go walk in the opposite direction now. I like lying.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Oh no!
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
I'm trapped by the narrative. How terrible. Enjoy your choices. Yep, it literally put me right back on the path. I do love... I do love how this moves. That is so cool. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Look, Mr. Narrator, sir, I didn't ask to do this in the first place. You're putting a lot on me. I'm just saying. I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods, asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. You know what? Yeah.
When
Maybe everyone should die.
I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
Maybe I want to die.
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
I'm trapped by the narrative. There's no funniness, is there? I have to go to the cabin, don't I? Fine. Oh yeah, well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
I mean, the stakes are a lot higher in this case. The whole death thing, that's a problem.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
I see the cabin.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eye.
Is the cabin stalking me?
Of familiar wooden structures.
The cabin is stalking me.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of
There's
light.
so many. Oh my god. I already broke the game.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin. Cabin.
Does this look fine to you?
Infinite fractal of paths and cabins.
There's a lot of cabins.
Trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
The cabin was the monster all along.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
It's not about you, man. I won't kill a princess. Also, my hero kind of sounds like Ardbert. You know, he wouldn't do that. Well, I mean, I suppose, again, if it was a thing of no choice. But still!
You're doomed to... You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness.
Apologies, I will use my spacebar.
Like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Yay! Everyone died.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Oh, what is that in the
And in
background?
the basement of that cabin is a princess.
That wasn't there before, that's a wall.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Is this really Cabin in the Woods? This is Cabin in the Woods, isn't it? I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, no. Okay, no. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. Wise to your tricks. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just fort me into the cabin. Mm-hmm. Yep, okay, headed to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that princess. That's a lie. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin and suddenly proceed to the cabin. I wanted those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
You're gaslighting me. You asshole.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Why is he capitalized?
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
I mean, I've played Stanley Parable, so I am known for making narrators absolutely regret things.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
You're not gonna slay her with that attitude. This hasn't happened already. Okay, no, you weren't actually kidding. No, I'm just gonna say no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Oh, hey, you have taken away most of my options. Thanks, narrator.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? A warning, before you go any further.
That's definitely a wall.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
You know, I had a similar line said to me in Firmament, and I mean, yeah, I got to the end of it. It wasn't a great ending for me, but it was still an ending.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Oh yeah, he's called a contrarian.
Let's keep an open mind.
I guess I'm going into the cabin now. Done a path from this one, I'm just cackling. I mean, you know I wasn't gonna just immediately go for it. I do intend to play the full game too.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted.
Ooh.
An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Ooh.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature.
Yes.
Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Good point.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
But it's not that straightforward, and that's the problem.
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong.
Ugh, God. That is so cool! Oh, I'm not going to stop talking about the art style. It's so neat.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh ho ho ho! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
My next FF14 alt stressful geometry.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
I think I might be going insane already as it is. I have two voices inside of my head, and I think only one of them is actually me.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Two that I've gotten so far, unless you count the narrator. That one's kind of iffy because, at least in Stanley Parable, like, it didn't seem like the narrator was so much in Stanley's head as he was kind of above him. So I don't know if I count it as a third voice just yet. But we'll see. So 2 voices right now. Okay. You didn't say anything about a mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You
Sure.
won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Stop gaslighting me, you bitch.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Why would you lie about that? What is the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Oh no, hero is one voice, contrarian is another voice. That's why I said only one of them may be mine. I'm going to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
It's a mirror.
This really isn't funny.
Why can't I see myself? Oh, because it's dirty.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
That sure is a hand!
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
It does, yes. It's very interesting. I wish I could explore the windows. I'm curious about what's outside if I look, but it doesn't let me. Alright, well, she's probably gonna kill me, but I'm gonna take the stupid route.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
MC Escher called.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Does seem a little bit like a hellscape you can't escape from.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Yeah, probably.
We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
She's got a creepy disembodied voice. It sounds like the voices of 1,000 tortured souls.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
Or that.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day. You step onto the centre staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as... What?
Oh.
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
Sorry, hang on. Okay, so she just said, can I help you? Hi. Hello, princess.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Contrarian, I am concerned about you.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again.
Princess. You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Oh, God. One question, I already broke it.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Last time I saw a lot of cabins.
Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Oh my God. That is a terrible idea. Oh, why is that highlighting more than one thing? I don't like that.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I can wait a little bit.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
Okay, but at this point, you have to define which are her I need to slay. Like, and what happens if I try to go after one and the other two come after me? I count the narrator's voice and so you can hear the. That's very true. Yeah, that is the one thing about Stanley Parables. You don't hear any other voices because he doesn't ever talk. So.
How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs.
Yeah, I really don't want to either.
Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Well, today I woke up and chose chaos, so I'm gonna make things worse. Getting under here was weird. Like, I was pulled apart and put back together. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
I didn't have a choice. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Okay, that still is highlighting everything. Don't like it.
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Yay! Voices of the Damned!
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
And now this is all the only one I have left. I'm sure getting you out of here. I'm going to try to free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave the hurt in the basement and retrieve the blade.
Wait, that's not right.
Ah!
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like?
Hello, there is a blade in my icon!
But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Oh. Oh, hi. You have too many fingers. You also have a blade in you. Ah, my blade's gone.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Nope.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Well, 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 if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
It's going to be okay, I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. It's gonna be okay. No, never mind. It is far from okay. Oh, illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. You don't know. If she had the chance to hear your reply, she's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone? Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Nope. Apologies, had to sneeze.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator's gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Narrator.
Yes. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Again, what the hell are we supposed to do?
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that. I'm begging you, don't do this.
Oh, are you talking to me now? Oh, I'm being talked to now. The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels...
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body. It's you. Oh, have they? Okay. I guess I didn't recognize that. I thought they were more talking to each other. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Whoa. Hands! You are at the cabin. Approach her. Man, I just went...
finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
I just went full bore into the serious horror part of it, didn't I? Yeah, so it's always... Okay, that makes sense. That it's always partially me. What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel. What is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body. Interesting. Okay. Well, I have questions to ask. So, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights. What do you mean? What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. I am a person. No, I know I haven't gotten to the gore one yet, but this is still a pretty broken path to go down for the first one. Well, second one, but still. What do you think I am? I like the music
that you
too.
are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Is this the end of the
How
world?
can the world have ended if we are talking?
Are you what sent me to save the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Are you the
She
princess?
is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or were you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay, I just went right into it, didn't I? Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do you have to find? What if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces
More
of you do I
than
have to
you
find?
found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
So a set number of endings, but not all of the endings. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Well, all right.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die! Okie dokie. A spiral vessel, bring the stranger to her. So I
You're
was
on
the
a
stranger.
path in the woods,
The real Slay
at
the
the end of
Princess
that
starts
path
here. You'll know it
is a
when you see
cabin.
it.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hi, narrator. Welcome back.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I think I did get answers to all of these, but I don't know if they're going to be different.
I'm
try this one.
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. while I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
I do kind of want to choose that one of my runs. Look, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her. If she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
The night sky is back. I'm glad the wall is gone.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, he is? Okay, yeah, that's right, because he said ignore him, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's actually talking to me with that. Gotcha! Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Apologies, I realized I left myself on... Didn't put myself onto, Do Not Disturb, so I keep hearing Discord noises. Okay. It's just people talking, alright.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I still kind of want to go without the blade. I do just want to talk to her.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
We'll see what happens. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, you think I'm here to slay you? Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay. Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
That's sus.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I can fix her.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I'm the first person you've seen in a while. What are you eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Oh, the fact that you're still alive?
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. Oh. What happened there? Oh. Wait. Oh, it's a continued. But I don't think you're actually dangerous. I want to see for myself. Starting to think it's true. There's something that doesn't feel right. I'm not. I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Nope. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
I mean, I need multiple endings anyway, narrator, so shut up.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
I do still have a few more questions.
There's going to be plenty of time to chat after I'm free, but okay. What do you want to know?
I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Come on.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Retrieve the blade locker in the basement or get her out of here. I could still fix her. I could still fix her. Let's
can't
go.
Be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key to anything, maybe I'm going to keep lying around up there. Not find something to break you free. I'm going to upstairs to check.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, well. Hi, new roommate.
Is someone else here? Your
Let me out of
shouts
here.
and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess.
Hi, babe.
And you won't leave until the task is done.
Did you close the door on me, narrator? Oh, good lord, I'm so sorry. Take it easy if you need to.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Am I? Oh, that's right. Shoot. I forgot. There it is. There we go. And unfortunately, it's going to be... might take a little bit for it to reflect that. Might have to reload.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates, raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Damn, honey, you just went for that.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I can still fix her. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die horribly.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
She's handling this surprisingly well.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She
Yay,
smiles
fellow monster
softly as her
friends!
gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No!
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Ah, no! Fucking... Hello, just Monica.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I know.
Your body lunges
Ugh.
forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist!
Move the blade.
No!
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Oh, I know this ending.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Well, not this exact version, but I know.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't.
Oh no!
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you!
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Nope.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Bye, princess. I'll see you again. Ooh, I got the damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And I'm going to pause and go grab my food because I am also very hungry. But I'm just gonna put the BRB screen up, and I will be back shortly. Okay. And me saying this is very fun to watch when I've already done several routes, so it's half what will Rin do and half will I find out a new path. Entirely possible, again, since I do intend on doing the entire game. Oh.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh! Oh no! Yes, yeah, no, it's going to be my Wednesday streams for until I get it done. It's like, Yakuza's fun. I have to restart. Sorry, apologies. Yakuza's fun and all, and I am enjoying it, but it is a much longer game, and this was something I was looking forward to for a while, and I just couldn't get it until now. So I'm just like, it's my channel. I can stream when and what I want. Anyway, trying to restart. Yeah, there's the warnings if others want to see them. They do have accessibility options. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there's only fresh perspective and new beginnings. This is a love story. Just a moment. It took... No, keep voice volume up. Full screen. Return. Load game. Oh no! Oh, auto. There we are. Okay. Those are quick saves. Okay, I should probably start quick saving more. Let's... I think to skip from here. After you kill here, you just skip to get to the forest again. Okay, yeah. So I'll just... I resisted.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance. She nervously reaches...
I'm sorry.
She plunges...
Oh.
Step for whatever. She doesn't know it. Apparently not.
I'm so sorry.
With one... It can't just end... Oh, everything goes dark.
And you die. Okay. Okay, good. I am
You're on
gonna
a
do
path in...
a normal save. There we go. Yeah. It wasn't
You're here to slay her.
Yeah. I thought it didn't highlight,
If you
but
don't,
maybe I just didn't see it.
It will be the end of the world.
Mm-hmm. No walls this time, though. That's okay. Thank you for telling me about the autosave, though. I mean, that makes sense, because the stranger was kind of the breaking apart of everything, and therefore you were being privy to shit you weren't supposed to see, so, well, it makes sense.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Have we? Have we?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Ooh, I have a new voice.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
So he's the I can fix her.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Oh. Let's assume I'm telling the truth. And all of this really already did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Oh. So he's the one who's in between I can fix her and I can make her worse. He's literally just, I love her the way she is. Teeth and all.
Say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
You were the one who did us in, villain.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
So you.
I beg to differ.
Ha!
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, if the world ended, did they not? I mean, it's consequences, but also, it's not lasting consequences?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they
what he
started.
said.
That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Let's talk about
Just
this
be
princess.
quick about it.
I mean, I kind of literally jumped right to the this is all a fucked up time loop, but you have to continue doing it until you get the right amount of endings. So I'm not surprised that even if he doesn't remember at this point, he's already just like, I am 1000% done with you, please can we just go? The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
You know, when I got touched by Heidelin in 14, and she was all think, feel, hear, and the rest of the Scions were like, hey, you're one of us, come join our group so we can save the world. They were upfront about the threat.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Okay, that was a little cringe there, Sven.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this
People
place?
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I wanna. Yeah, exactly. You're being cagey. People locked her away. Why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Because I'm slave to the narrative.
Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
Rude narrator. I really don't want to follow you. You're being cagey.
I told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Fine.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Well, you know what? I'm still gonna
That's
try to
right.
find a way to save
Can't
her.
stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Keep it in your pants, Smitten.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Well, you should have been.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Honey, I am all kinds of distracted.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
It's drawn.
But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Oh, it's the banner. Okay.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Spittin', it's a dagger, not a sword.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us. Again, there's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain
Fluffy
around
dress
her
this time.
wrist, binding her to the far wall.
I had a different crown.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Yay!
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Look, I'm touch-starved, okay?
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Oh,
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
you killed me last time. It hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Do I have to cut you out again? I really didn't care for that last time.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
I don't want to!
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
Sorry, adjusting the volume a little bit. Just a bit.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Shush, let me talk. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Well, that's a very succinct way of putting it. Before I started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Oh, we're having a people pleaser princess this time. That's unfortunate.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure.
I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
Another version.
That's okay.
Oh.
You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Another version of me was supposed to do such a drastic accident. It was for a good reason. If another version, sorry.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Oh, about that,
I think
man.
he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Time for more stupid decisions!
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... Yes.
Not on my watch, villain.
Gosh darn it. You'll what? You'll take over her body and force us to try to kill her. If you try anything that might harm her dearest, I will end her life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I have the knife.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Nyah.
Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved. Is that a threat?
You know what we'll do if you try it.
You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That's Sounds perfect.
Ah, the music changed.
As the princess takes your hand in hers, you let your blade tumble uselessly to the floor, and with it tumbles the last hope for the entire world.
But she's sparkling.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and
But
the
I love her.
princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Oh, damn it.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Yeah.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah. I think we can open it if we try
Okay.
together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, voice of the hero sounds a lot like Ardbert. I like it.
And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs. Her freedom and the world's ruin are just a few moments away. If you don't mind, I'm going to fix myself a drink before you ruin everything. If I'm about to see the end of the world, I'd rather not see it sober.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yeah, all our voices are the same guy, but the way he accents the hero, the voice of the hero does sound a lot like Ardbert.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You
And I
cross
mean,
the room,
he is a hero.
opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
Your love will set you free. Romantic haze. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That's a fun noise.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
There's something in my vision.
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Bye, princess. You don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. You always get
But it
scared.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Am I a bird man? I must be a bird man. Bird lizard man. Well, hero. It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
If you say so. We'll trust you.
She'll be there waiting for us.
I just know it.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. Oh, you've grown up. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. See to the cabin. We were at the cabin. Approach her. Hi, honey.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
I don't think it's her voice actress, but the way she talks as the Princess Amalgamation sounds a lot like Baby from Five Nights at Freddy's Circus Location. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Are you the same Dean as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can't I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only
Did
paths of
which
value
way to
are
do
those
branching
that are
paths?
yet untread.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've heard them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
What do you want me to bring you next
Gifts aren't
time?
what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers,
Hmm.
and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts
This
on
one
this
is
vessel?
soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
But I liked the second princess a little bit more. Damsel was kind of on the super people pleasing, and I'm not down with that. But she was still nice. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
How many more vessels?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the damsel to her, a loving vessel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You know what? I'm gonna do this one just because I haven't done it yet. Sweet! I've always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolucion!
That's the spirit.
Thank you, narrator.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Let's go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched the blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She looks
There's a heavy chain
terribly
around her
unamused.
wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Oh, the cuff is different too.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Mm-hmm. I'm curious about this one. I mean, I'm still probably gonna go with killing her in the end, but I'm curious.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
That's very true.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
She's killed.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Oh, well, hello, Miss Pedantic. There are people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
How would I get you out of here?
Can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Too long.
All right.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Well, I might as well do at least one sleigh. Yeah, sleigh.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Ouch.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time.
Nope.
You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
I know it's not the end.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The adversary. All right.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a
with a
princess.
princess.
You're here to slay her.
Yeah, that was your first princess? Nice. I heard you slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Narrator, I hate to be the one to break this to you, but I have been springing back to life quite a few times.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if
Stubborn!
Us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her, and yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Ugh. Enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Dang it.
Just be quick about it.
Yeah. We killed each other the first time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen
Like I
again?
said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
All she did last time was beat me to death. How could someone like that
She
in the
just
world?
can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions?
There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here.
Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
I already got the. Well, I have
People
stubborn.
locked her in that.
Okay.
Look,
Oh, yeah. I like the sound of that.
of course you're special.
I've told you what else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch.
Exactly. The less you know about her, the better. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
To the cabin then. The kid turn
boy.
around.
Before she will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Stubborn? That is demonstrably incorrect. People can absolutely lie and cheat during a fight.
Are you sure about that?
Thank you, hero.
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Choose a cabin.
The cabin is
Ooh.
tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade
Ooh, it's
perched
an
on its
altar
edge.
this time.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
There's a piece of wood. There is no wood. Why is there a piece of wood
The
here?
blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life knot. So focus up. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save
to
the
know why
world
this is
without
here.
a weapon. The door to the basement
Oh, we're
creaks
all
open,
cavey.
revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Ooh.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
Step on me, mommy.
Long
I
shackle
mean, mommy.
leading from
I
her wrist to the
mean.
basement wall.
Whew.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Yes, please. I mean.
Okay, fine. Let's say for a moment I believe you.
For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
You look different.
You look exactly the same. Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
That could be
See?
taken.
She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
I'll fight. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
I mean, I guess that's a relationship in some way.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh god, this is a hard one. I don't know what happened last time, or I don't know what happened to you since the last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Turn around and leave. Turn around and leave without saying anything. Attack. Haven't decided what I'm doing yet.
You haven't decided? We talked more than enough last time. Do you really have anything else to say? Or are you just stalling because you're scared I'm going to kill you? If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
Blade held tight in your hand, you take a cautious step towards the princess. You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you. She's a lot bigger than I thought she was.
Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you want? Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Why do we want to kill each other?
Why wouldn't I want that? Why don't you want that? It felt good last time. It felt right. And it makes sense.
The last time we talked, you seemed to care about why you were here. What made you stop caring?
I stopped caring because I found my purpose.
The princess flashes a sinister grin.
You.
Does she mean her purpose is killing us?
No, she means fighting us. She means both of us getting stronger through sheer pain and will. The fear of death no longer able to hold us back. Just start stabbing her already. I'm sick of all this anticipation. We're ready.
Can we just, I don't know, spar a little? Maybe there's a compromise where we can all get what we want. Nobody has to die. The world doesn't have to end.
Sparring? That's just play fighting. It isn't real. What's real is when my flesh splits open. What's real is when you keep getting up until your legs can't hold you. What's real are the things we do to each other when the only options left are winning and dying.
I mean, I could think of other options.
That is the only thing I'm interested in.
So no snoo-snoo? Damn. If all you want to do is fight me, does that mean you won't end the world?
The world? If there's a world, I haven't seen it. There's you, and there's me, and there's the ground beneath our feet. Besides, I thought we went over this last time. I never wanted to end the world.
Do you not want to be free?
Free?
The princess glances down at her chains.
Oh, you mean these? They're just metal. They're nothing.
She steps forward, her bindings creaking under the pressure of her strength,
Oh my god, Mommy.
and then they snap. It was only a matter of time, but she's loose.
Dear Lord. What do we do?
You took the blade. How about you use it? Exactly. We do exactly what I've been telling you to do since the second we got here. We fight her, we kill her, we win.
What? Did you think you were safe standing right outside my grasp? The only reason I haven't drawn blood is because I want to make sure that your heart is in it. I don't like fighting someone with a weak spirit. But go ahead. Keep trying my patience. I woke up, didn't you?
You don't have any wounds.
You don't either.
You're different.
I know. You already told me.
The
I like
basement's
it.
different.
It's so cramped. Like the only way out of here is through each other.
Or we could just walk single file out of here.
That's right, not everything has to be so violent.
That's pathetic. I would never do that, and I hate that you even suggested it.
Doesn't any of this bother you? Don't you care about what you want?
I care, okay? I guess I just care differently than you. When I saw you come back down here, I thought you would understand. I thought that we would want the same thing. But all you've done is ask me annoying little questions. It's like you don't even want to enjoy being alive.
I wish you could hear me right now. I want to enjoy being alive. I want to fight.
Shut up, stubborn. I am legitimately curious what happens if I leave. I think I'm gonna go with leave. Just, yeah.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
Damn it.
As you step towards the stairs, you hear the thundering footfalls of the princess rushing you down.
Let's get out of here.
Turn around and fight her. It's the only way out of this.
Run like
You have
hell!
a chance to run for the stairs before the princess, loose from her chains, barrels into you and
Damn it.
smashes your body to pieces against the wall. You shouldn't have let her break out of her bindings. Why didn't you listen to me? It doesn't matter, because everything goes dark and you die. Great job. No. Come on. We can't be dead. We didn't even get a chance to fight her.
Ooh.
Dead is dead, but maybe you'll have better luck next time.
Ooh. The Fury.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh!
At the end of that path. All right. Change of plans. No more hesitation. No more dying. We're taking the fight straight to her.
Oh.
We had a chance against her. We already missed it.
Oh, hello, I have another voice.
She got stronger, and we stayed the same.
We've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is still mortal, which means we can win. We just didn't take things seriously enough last time.
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy being beaten to death again and again and again.
You're stuck here with us too. For all you know, we'll never get to leave this place until we get it right.
Well, this is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly, you've already been here.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think we have been here. This is all different, isn't it?
That's a good point. Everything here is a little off. Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted.
So you knew this could happen? You knew we'd be able to restart like this?
I know all sorts of things, which is why you should listen to me.
That's not really an answer.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously. Don't worry. We only need this one last go at things.
Also, no, I want to make the narrator more mad. Yes.
Better hope that's true. And don't let that inflated ego get in the way of doing your job.
What's the point? We might as well just give up. The stakes keep getting higher and we keep getting smaller.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
You said yourself that you know more than you're letting on. If you want me to go to the cabin, you better tell us everything.
I can't. Anything I say at this point is far more likely to accelerate the unraveling of this place than it is to actually help you do your job. In fact, I probably shouldn't have even said that. I trust that if you've been here before, it means you know how dangerous she is, and that you know I'm not lying to you about her.
Really? That's it? That's all we're getting out of you? Even now you're full of secrets. We're doomed, aren't we?
I get it. You're conflicted. You've been through a lot, but I really have to be firm here. I will tell you one thing, which is that even now you are capable of stopping her and saving the world from ruin. You always have been, and you always will be. Do with that what you will.
Feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You better all listen to me when the time comes to make a choice.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
Let's keep it that way. I don't trust this one.
I don't think you have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change.
I kind of want Smitten back. If I don't slay her, if I just stay here or do anything else and we hit this point of no return, then what happens?
Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens.
Yeah, but is there something after the end?
How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there. If there even is a there, it doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. We might as well see this through. Ew.
Good. We're all on the same page.
My page is that this ground is gross.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her.
That's it? No final words of advice?
I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard. That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch. The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows
weird.
letting in the weak starlight. That's horrible. It doesn't matter.
The only furniture of note is a pulsating.
Oh, but that is how it was. Now there's growth that is overtaken. Viscous fluid seeps from the cracks in the stone, congeals into chaotic streaks of wreathing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. Oh!
The
Really
blade
getting
is
into
your
the body horror
implement.
now.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
But why does the blade look weird? You didn't mention the mirror last
A
time
mirror?
either.
There is no mirror. There's the pedestal, the blade sitting on the pedestal, and the door to the basement.
Just tell us where the door is. I'd like to get back to fighting. If you want us to kill her so bad, I'm sure you feel the same. No more messing around.
No, the blade looks like a child's drawing.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely.
What are you trying to say, exactly?
He thinks we've lost it, that we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
Besides you?
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you.
I mean, the table looks gross too, and apparently it's pulsating, but I mean, look at that! It looks like a child's drawing. I don't really know if I could zoom in.
It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Take the
Take
blade?
the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
Oh,
without
now that
the
it's in
weapon.
my hand, it looks like the normal blade.
Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you?
Yeah, I wanted to look at the blade too.
It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Let's just smash it and get it over with. I'm ready to get violent.
We won't be able to see what's in there if we smash it. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Why am I not surprised?
You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and
It's
grandiose.
so squishy.
The high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor oppressive.
Stair testes.
The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
So you've returned after denying me the salvation of combat? Are you here to gloat? Are you here to mock what I've become?
Yeah,
Do you
probably.
think that if you let me kill you enough times, I'll suddenly soften and repent for sins that live solely in your head? Well, we've tried that, haven't we? Now come down and see what your refusal has done to me. See how much you can bear to witness the consequences of your actions.
But I don't want to see what we made. Can't we just give up? Blade, no blade, it's all the same. We can't beat her. Not anymore.
We can. You're just a quitter. I want to see.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone. The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And
That
then,
is such a cool
with a
design.
nauseating sound, the skin
Ugh.
tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
The dress really is her skin. Oh.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
What can we even do against someone like her? She has such power, such beauty.
Stop that. We can win. We just have to lose our fear.
No! No more words! There is only the truth of violence left between us.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
Oh, hey, I do have feathers. I'm also dead. Bold moon, but I wouldn't have tried that one. Yeah, I know.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever. Huh. I feel cold. I've
Hey!
never felt cold before.
Yay, I made the right choice. True to her word, you did not die by her hand, nor will you ever. It is time for you to leave. Memory
She's gone.
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I mean, yes. I just was like, that was a lot of guts. Yes, it was. More to the effect of I got her to the amalgamation.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course, you're scared, but this is not the end for you. Yeah, this is the end for you, but it's not the
What
end
is
for
that
me.
supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
I'm
This
sorry.
is what we all deserve, isn't it?
Screw that. This can't be the end. It just can't.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh, I'm dripping! I've withered. So building her is ruining me. But I also don't necessarily have a choice. Alright.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all
Maybe?
into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't it make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
But I'm withering. Like, you care about me, but I'm withering. But I can't say that if it's... I don't think it's her that's torturing me, though. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
That your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions of... Yeah, actually, I went...
As
how can you
easily
stand?
as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am
She's holding
everything
her
that you
heart.
have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Have you? No. Do you know what happened to the
My
worlds?
perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. But there is passion and empathy in her misery. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me. We will know when we near our destination. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And I die again. Bring the fury to her in unwound vessel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be. You make your way up the short path. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are pink. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing it. Her voice carries.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's
I don't
unarmed.
know what you can do.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Then I'm not talking to you.
I'm just gonna go for it. Wait.
Doubt, unfortunately,
Damn it.
clouds your thoughts as you attempt to. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep you. It feels like you've been hit with a sledge. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed. The shock of that, your blade. We can still turn this around.
Oh, I can't finish the job. Flee and lock her in the
Are
basement.
you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken some bad hits, but we've dealt some too. She has to be feeling it more than we are. Let's regroup upstairs. If we're lucky, maybe she'll just bleed out. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs, the princess's chains rattling as she tries to chase you, but pulling taut much too soon for her to catch up.
Do you really think you can just walk out of here?
She steps towards you, ignoring her chains. They creak and strain as she pulls against them until finally they break. The links clatter to the floor. Useless. She's free. Hurry! You push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before she catches up to you. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. And it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Whatever you are, you're not a princess. Go ahead and waste your energy. I'll be waiting for
I
you.
wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you, and that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Oh no.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Hello, slender princess.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall
Face
at a
only a
time,
mother could
cocking
love.
her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, I got a new one.
You're on a path. You're here to sleep. A warning. She will... It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Hello, Paranoid.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement.
Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. You reach down and pick the blade. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Oh my god. I did not see that at all. Ho 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 ho! I legit just got a chill down my spine. Oh, very good, Devs. Very good. Oh.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else.
You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
Step off into the void between the stairs.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good.
Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Ding dong, I can hear you breathing.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Hi!
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
Dang it!
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins
Ugh.
to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eye... Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. What are you doing? I'm working! Do you want this body to function, or do you want... Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down
I am
situation?
what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
What good am I to you alive? What do you want
I
from
tried to
me?
leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then, well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Liver, nerves, heart.
I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave.
Destroy is such an unenlightened way of putting it. So sudden, so violent, so little nuance. I'm not going to destroy the world, but I am going to hold it in my hands and squeeze it. I'm going to make it afraid, just like I've made you afraid. The world needs fear, doesn't it? Every terror I bring would make the good times so much better. Well, I'm practically doing a public good. So what harm is there really in letting me out?
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Oh my god.
lungs,
If you need me alive, then why did you throw me on the stairs? Why weren't you
I
trying to
am
be nice to
being
me?
nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of
Barely.
fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable. Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerve. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop!
Hey, snap out of it.
Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back. Lungs, liver,
One moment, and then you're gone. Just like that. And there's the fear.
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
People will die if you do to them what you've done to me.
But everyone dies eventually. They're all full of wet, writhing things, and in the end, each and every one of them gets unwound. And then those things get to become a new everybody. Just to come apart all over again. All I want is to be there for it. I want to watch it happen. And maybe do a little unwinding myself. Is that really so much to ask?
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
You're a lunatic.
Like I said, I am what I am. And right now, I'm in control. So, you might want to be a little nicer to me.
She raises one long gloved finger, its tip hovering just over your skin, seeming to enjoy the lingering threat. But she withdraws, sparing you another momentary glimpse of death.
And if I let you out, what then? Do we just go our separate ways?
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Being around you is agony. I'm not going to stick
You
around.
both know that you don't have a say here, so you should just look on the bright side. I'm not sure what the bright side is for you, but I'm positive you can find it if you look hard enough.
And if I refuse to let you out,
Stuck
what
in
then?
here together until you change your mind.
Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear.
No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Or until your heart finally gives out. And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
All right.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
What?
No!
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving. Do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
I wouldn't trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive. You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles. An uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
It's like being followed around by the living embodiment of MS. I hate it.
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him. I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember? Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart, thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important if you still have a weapon. You can still make this right. Oh, look at that. It's locked. What a relief for the world.
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
You pull against the door. The lock.
Oh, you son of a
open in
bitch.
response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out. You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you? Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her?
That is an excellent
I don't know.
question.
Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Shit. The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over.
I'm trusting you less and less.
Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerve. Okay, thanks. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Arts. You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best.
What are you doing?
You're here to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't it?
Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy, don't trust him.
So you'd have them trust her? Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it? I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down. Thank you for your gracious show of support, but that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact. Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking. Alright, I'm done. You can let me take over again. Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it. Heart. Lung.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now. And I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay? Open the door!
Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver.
I need to take her, though. I mean, I know there's no wrong answer. But I'm also kind of curious to see what we're going to do with the narrator, because... I don't know. I'm kind of siding with paranoid at this point. Don't just fucking anybody. Who are you sad-facing for? Also, the people are... Oh, no, never mind. He's still there. Hi, friend. Why are you sad-facing? Let's see the thing, just I don't know if I can slay her. There's always the third option. Why is this game taking away the third option? Why is the narrator taking away the third option? Okay, this probably won't go well.
Concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body.
Of course it was. I chose to slay, by the way. I'm attempting, at least attempting to kill her.
She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
We did it. We actually did it.
You actually went for it. Oh, you're going to regret this. I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now.
Can she? We've already seen how she can change heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Ooh.
In her final moments, the princess lunges forward, tackling you, and you both plunge into the endless abyss of her basement labyrinth. The two of you fall, you rip your blade from her chest, tightly clutching it in your hands.
Have fun
Whoa.
falling forever. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
She tears herself away from you and tumbles away into the darkness. You are alone.
Fall for the rest of your life, terminal velocity.
But you saved the world. You should be proud of yourself for seeing this through. Oh. I can stop now, can't I? I can. Finally.
Are we really gonna fall forever? Can't you narrate us some stairs out of it?
But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us.
It means you're falling.
Forever.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no, I hate this.
You continue to fall.
Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. You continue to fall, and you will only continue to fall.
I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever, though. Does it?
What do you mean?
We still have a way out, clutched in our hands.
Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before.
That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die?
Because I don't get to experience the world not being in ruin. Duh!
Because right now, you don't want us to do that.
Also that.
You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care?
I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life.
Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
It's not like it matters if I'll die, I'll come back again.
I don't like the way you said that. You knew this was a possibility, didn't you?
Of course it
Of
did.
course I did. Though I'd rather hoped I was the first one. That explains a lot, though. Oh, you bastard. How much are you not telling us?
Plenty, but it's all in your best interest.
And the world's.
And mine.
She's dead and we're falling forever. How could telling us your secrets possibly hurt anyone?
It just can. Look, this world is saved, but if you start over, for all you know, you're just putting another world in danger. You barely managed to land the killing blow here. What if you don't manage it next time? I've already said too much, really. You won't get another word out of me on the subject.
Tell
No.
me your secrets. Really? How about now? Is it
Still
secret time? I'm going to wear you down eventually. You might as well spill those sweet, sweet secrets now. We'll have something else to talk about.
I'm not going to wear me down. Oh, we should ask him one more time. He's on the cusp of sharing his secrets. I can feel it. I'm not. Either way, at least needling him is something to do. The
Secret?
narrator ignores you. You can't just describe yourself ignoring us. I can. The
Secret?
narrator continues to ignore you.
No, I can't ask anymore.
I'm stuck here with you. I wish I weren't. Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest. That's a grim thought, isn't it? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. You don't have to starve to death falling through an infinite void. You have our way out. Use it.
I get it. You don't want to stay because you'd be lonely. How
Unlike
sweet.
you, I'm not capable of being lonely. Oh, sure you are. Give it some time without us, and I'm sure you'll start feeling lonely. Oh, you could do a lot better than us. Exactly. You'll be fine here. Just come up with a game or something to pass the time.
Or cheesy.
Oh no, what are you doing? You loosen your grip, and the blade tumbles through your open fingers. Now you're really falling forever. There's no way out now. You mean other than starving? Right, I mean other than that. You wait, then you wait for a little while longer. But eventually the thirst sets in. The hunger. The darkness of this place prevents you from wholly grasping the context of passing time. But that doesn't stop it from passing. Nor does it stop your biology from unraveling. The only things you know for certain are that it's long and that it hurts. The vastness of your suffering can't be adequately put into words. We really shouldn't have tossed the blade.
Yeah, I was gonna say either way.
No, you really shouldn't have. But biology and time are immutable forces, and eventually, long before forever gets the chance to come, everything goes dark, and you die. Don't muck it up next time. The princess may be slain here, but she isn't slain there.
Oh, well.
You're on a path in the woods.
No.
Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
All right. Well, it is after 9 for me. And I am enjoying the fuck out of this. Holy crap, this is amazing. I am having a great time. So yeah, definitely going to finish the game. And hopefully probably be able to do, I mean, I'll probably have to get a walkthrough at some point to get all of the endings and whatnot. But for now, I mean, we're on some path here. At least it's not squishy this time, or at least it doesn't look squishy. More gnarled than squishy. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick actual save. I'm gonna call that for the night. I do appreciate everyone who came out to watch. Again, having a blast. This is super fun. And yeah, next Wednesday. Friday is going to be 14. Actually, I may stream it on Monday because this coming Monday we don't have D&D because Sam is in Sam Hell. Sam is in Sam Hell. Sam is in Ham Hell. And we also have I think a few other people are also going to be out for Thanksgiving stuff, which is fair. But yeah, I may come back to this on Monday just for another round of it, and also come back again on Wednesday with it for sure, because yeah, this is great. But I really need to go pee now, so I will see you guys next time. I'm not going to worry about rating because I have to go pee really bad. But thank you all for joining, and we will see you on Friday. Good night.